we're back with some more cooking, and look, you know what, the food might be spoiled on this one, but we got to do some testing, and I'm doing it again because I said I would commit to more building. There's so many options in blue, there's so many things to explore that I thought it would be cool to try out a who's who animal kingdom type build. And this inspiration, I just want to point out, really came through from the Nami Discord. So for those of you that don't know, you can join this. This is a separate Discord from the OPTCG place, and it came from user over here under the general tab. If I could just, you know what, if I could just disable the streamer mode for a second, Bmax T Rocket, and then it came from Jake FSF as well, who his response is the first one that I saw, and then I scrolled up, I'm like, oh, Bmax kind of threw up this list using Ice Oni and Plague Rocket, and I made some additions to it. So what does Plague Rocket do? Plague Rocket, Plague Shot does 2 Dawn main. You may trash 1 Ice Oni from your hand and place 1 character with the cost of 4 or lower at the bottom of its owner's deck. So that 4 or lower doesn't specify yours, so it is technically a removal spell, right? But you do have to use it as part of its activation. So if your opponent doesn't have a 4 or lower spell, you have to be able to return one of your own characters, which is kind of unfortunate. But against like aggro decks, Doflamingo, looking at you, you can bottom deck one of their characters, trash an Ice Oni, and then you immediately play the Ice Oni from your trash. And what does Ice Oni do? It's an 8 cost 1k counter Animal Kingdom card. Your turn, at the end of battle between this character and an opponent's 5 cost or lower character, place the opponent's character at the bottom of its owner's deck. So again, another way where you're already bottom decking something with a Plague Shot, then you play the Ice Oni, next turn they attack, you bottom deck that attacker, and then they have to kind of get rid of it, because if they're playing an aggro deck, it then just acts as a blocker. So it almost, like in a perfect world, gets rid of like 3 things in totality. With that, I thought, okay, it's not really a searchable type, so I thought maybe let's go hard into the Animal Kingdom style of things. And so we went who's who. Dragon Twister's back in the deck. Twister has a great trigger in returning a 6 cost or lower character to its hand, but then you give one, like your leader or a character, which is nice, 4k, and then you can bottom deck a 1 cost or lower, and that's going to be mostly bottom decking searchers, which again, pretty relevant against the aggro decks. If you're playing red, you can bottom deck like Nami's and everything. And then the last one is a searchable 2k, which has some validity, like the Sasaki, return all cards in your hand to your deck, then shuffle your deck, draw equal to the number of cards you return this way. So if you have a handful of like dud cards, maybe a lot of Plague Shots, you don't want to use the Oni, you have some Impel Downs, you could play Sasaki, and then just like reshuffle everything, maybe get like a better hand. So again, I'm not going to pretend like this is the most competitive list out there, but we're just here to cook and see where we can take Animal Kingdom Nami. Up against some Luffy. I think I'm going to keep this hand. It's actually not that bad. Let's see here. We got a who's who at least. Missed. I mean, yeah, it's just how it's going to be, right? Run it like this, and then we probably want to save that because this has no cards to it. Yeah, okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, interesting. Well, I wish I had a thing here. Yeah, let's resolve. Perfect. We can let that go. Nice. We can go that into that. Okay, then we can go, maybe just do this, go drop that, pass the turn. So that's like a soft way to just start to draw 3 cards while also holding up enough counters for things. It'd be nice if we could draw an Oni at some point, but we may never get there. Let's see, because look, the Oni, like, the Plague Shot is not going to be able to return return much of anything on their side, but the Oni is going to be able to deal with some amount of things. So them like using 5 Dawn to kill a Kaya, pretty good for us, pretty valuable, if I do say so myself. So we're just going to do this. Yep, you're going to go 9. I'm probably just gonna take it if I'm gonna be honest. Might just do this. Yeah, no trigger. Yeah, so this is one of the worst situations that we have, where we're kind of just stuck in hand with a bunch of these. There's the Ice Oni, so that's good. I'm gonna drop one of these and then one of these. And then pass the turn. I've already taken more hits than I've wanted to. But I could actually play I could have actually played this just to threaten it. Probably wasn't the worst thing in the world. Now that I think about it. Because I would have had to bottom deck my Kaya, right? At a baseline. Okay, so hopefully only going to take one hit here. Okay. So maybe you got baby Luffy. Okay, so baby Luffy and okay, yep. That's fine. So what do you got here? Yep. Yep. Draw 2. Discard 2. Ooh, 10 cost. This thing's so much. Yeah. Let's... Do I just take 2 hits here? It's so bad. It's so bad. I think I just take 2 hits here. This is going to be a lot less useful now. Yeah, I think I just take 2 hits here. Yes, use this effect to bounce. Probably just this. Right? And then what we can do is Plague Shot. Select 1 card to trash. We're going to trash this. We'll bottom deck the Kaya to return this. Then we can do this. And so now this pushes the Kaya back up top. That's the idea here. So we'll grab this. Right? And then we can select this to trash. Bottom deck the Kaya. Return this. And then who's who, grab this, then that pushes that Kaya back up top. I think that's generally how we're gonna play this. Okay, not the worst, not the best. I'm hoping to survive. Well, I'm really low. I'm really low. Like we had 4 cards. Bottom that. Get some amount of value, right? Some amount of value. Okay, Moria comes back. Let's see what we can do here. You have to think, like, if they swing with something like Sabo, then we can interact with it and return it. Like, that's what's nice about this Ice Oni. Like, this Ice Oni can attack into this Luffy and bottom deck it. Therein lies the beauty of this card. Okay, so they'll pay 2. They'll play 2 things out here. I've just put myself in a weird position. Yep. The cost of 4 or less, yeah. Don't have much that costs that much, but we've spent a lot of Dawn just setting this stuff up. Yep. So we will trash for counter and then just do this. Yep, so you don't want to attack there. So we're going to attack here. You definitely don't want to block. Yep, so that's just going to bottom deck that, which is great. And that's the best I can do, right? Like, there you go. Like, all of that setup just for the Ice Oni to do that, right? All of that for the Ice Oni just to do that. Okay, drawing my Pilafs, not the time. Not the time to be drawing my Pilafs, I will say. Not the time. Well, let's see. Maybe my last trigger could draw me some cards and maybe we can get there. Because we went bottom deck Kaya, right? And then we searched for... Okay, so we're at least able to counter out of that, which is good. We have another counter in the beam. Okay, back-to-back Morias are coming through now. Right, Kuzan, Luffy. So you want to be empty. The amount of cards in life. Yep. Comes through. Yep. How do you want to set yourself up? Okay. Okay. Yep. That makes sense. Draw 2, discard. Yep. Okay. So we're going to do this. That's 11. And then we'll pull this. All right. So what we'll do first is we'll do this. That's really dumb. So we'll do this. Do this. I think we just lost. Yeah. I mean, we spent a lot of dawn just kind of trying to get this stuff set up. That's the hardest part with the ice only thing. It's like, I wish Plague wasn't written like you had to discard, you had to trash ice only. I thought, like, I wish it was like you could just play an ice only out of your yard and it was already there. But I hate the fact that you have to, because then otherwise you could just play it, bounce something, trash something, bounce something. It would actually be like a decent card. But anyway, I think we just lose it here based on this board. 10 cards. I can only go through like max 3. So GG's. Going second against Carrot. Not a leader I have much experience working against. We're gonna mull. Okay, there you hey, okay. We have the combo off the rip. Okay. Combo off the rip. Okay. And we have some things that we could potentially return. I'm gonna try and find, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. We can then maybe something like this, maybe something like this. Yeah, I like this because I like it because yeah, you can just randomly bottom deck a searcher. That's what this is for. Just randomly bottom decking a searcher. Being type setup for when you're done is active. Fair enough. Top that down. Right, and then are you attaching a Dawn and swinging? Yeah. Okay. Let's place things on top that way. I mean, sure. Sure. So what we will do is we will, so that sets that as active. They go to 5 Dawn next turn. I might as well, is there value? I might as well just get this out. Yeah, so select one card to trash. It'll be that, bounce that, play that. And I understand this gives them the ability to use the searcher again, but at least they'll play it again and not play that 5 Dawn card that they got. And now I have this ice only out to threaten any type of anti-aggro. So when it comes to something like this, next turn I can Sanji's peel off, leaving me with 3 Dawn up. But the Dragon Twister will continue to have some level of value. And I mean, even still, like the zoo will have the ability to get them to untap some Dawn, play out a searcher. They'll probably play it after. I don't know. We'll see how they ultimately play this out. But I feel like they're reading this ice only. So therein lies the problem. Like I'm playing ice only against a list that like can actively tap things down. And it has like no power. So in many ways it can act as a blocker. I probably mentioned this in the intro, but yeah, it can act as like an anti-aggro tool blocker. 7 or less characters don't untap. Yep. So they'll get a Dawn back. They'll choose to attack that way. Perfect. So I'll just go Gavel Pitch here. Okay, lose another twister. Okay, so let's draw some cards. Let's do this. Let's go pitch and probably pitch here. Pass the turn. So it's nice that, you know, they can tap down the ice oni here. And then they might just swing into it, which is fine. It's played its purpose. If they swing into it, it has to be with leader. They can't swing into it with carrot. Oh no, but this is on our turn. This trigger's on our turn. Can you imagine if it was on any? It would have to always be swinging into it with leader. That'd be the way to kind of hold them off. Okay, 1 cost. Oh, that's happened on my Kaya. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I guess like they're working off the metrics of a regular Nami list that would want to snake dance this back. Fortunately enough, we are not playing any such snake dances. All right, opponent, what's the map? What's the map? Take this hit. I think we'll use this trigger to bounce this actually. So now they'll attach 3 Dawn attack here. Right? And then we'll tap out with this Kaya. So what they'll do, yeah. So we'll trash this and then draw a card. Nice. And then the Ice Oni will just attack this for free. Oh, they untap it. They're so smart. I forgot this untaps, but then they get that. That's fine. So in this case, we'll end the turn. So they really only want to be playing 1/3 a turn. We took it. We're still only at 28 cards, which isn't that great. There isn't as much card draw in this list, which is like another big pitfall, because even before the Kuja Pirates list, you have to remember that the Nami decks were generally playing they're generally playing Deathwinks, Mr. 1, more recursion on the gavel to be able to mill further. Maybe still even Zephs and stuff, but that's what a lot of the Nami lists were doing. There was a lot more card draw. So therein lies the problem. So first things first on the realist, we're gonna just bang bottom. Do this. That's annoying. Now we'll just take the hit. They'll untap this. And so in many ways, like the Ice Oni is kind of doing its job. If you kind of think about it. Yeah, the Ice Oni is like kind of doing its job. I'll pitch that. Because they are limited to what they can even play at this point. Play and attack with. And so they just have to spend a bunch of Dawn going into these. Now, unfortunately, I've only found 2 Kayas, 1 Pilaf. Now, maybe that means a bunch of those are in my triggers. The game's overall slower in terms of its pace, which isn't good. Which is why this list isn't really to fight. It's not really to fight anything past aggro. I'm really interested if I can get in this recording session like a game against Doflamingo, because that is a list where even the Plague can return one of their characters, stopping that, and then you play Ice Oni, which that can potentially remove something after the fact. So let's do this. So let's do that. Let's start by placing cards on top. Return. We will draw the Pilaf. And then what we can do is maybe go Gavel Pitch on the next target. I probably should have gotten the Searcher first. I didn't move the Searcher to top. I think I probably should have done that. Okay, well, that works. Free draw 2 is pretty nice. So we'll do this first to pull this. Then what we can do is draw 2. Okay, well, we have 2 pitch targets and the turn. If the opponent's only going to take 1 life a turn, I'm going to be able to take advantage of triggers like this, then we're in a really good spot. We're in a really, really, really good spot. Let's make it happen. Opponent just attacking with 2 things. Like they're worried about playing out other things. They're tapping my stuff down, which is fair. They will freeze these things when they attack. Opponent, what's ultimately the plan here? Let's go carrot. You got to attack. And then again, gavel pitch on plague, gavel pitch on plague. Yeah, so we'll do this first and then go, oh. Yeah, gavel pitch on plague. It's still probably going to be gavel pitch on plague. Like if they're playing like this, I don't think this whole like ice oni thing is really that worth it. They finally play something else. 7 or more rested cards. This thing gains rush. What are you talking about? We'll trash that. Okay, so on tap 2 of their Dawn. Yep. They'll attach. And then I think we'll just do... Yep, I think we'll just do this. Set ourselves up maybe a little bit better here. So now this will... Huzzah! We got to do the thing! We got to do the thing, folks. No counters here. Nothing you can do. This now just gets bottom decked. That's it. Yeah. Woo! Like that's it. That's actually just it. Yeah, just past the turn. I'm at 12 cards, 2 life, no velocity though. So there is that. No way to recur this Kaya, nothing. Let's see what happens. 2, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Let's see what happens here. 10 cost, freezing my stuff. Well, that's gonna be kind of annoying. But I mean, this is gonna untap regardless. It's not like this thing has rush either. They're gonna get a Dawn back. They'll attack with 6s, which makes sense. Oh no, no 6s. Okay, I mean, I'll do this. I don't know if I should go for this. I think I might just take this hit. Truthfully, I might just take this hit. It's actually tragic. Because I ordered that completely terribly if I was going to take the hit. I mean, I'd probably just do it like this, to be fair. Okay, so there's 10 cards left exactly. Can we get a new 10? I don't know how much better that 10 is, but we'll just make it work. Might have been. I was genuinely hoping. I was trying to rip that peel off. So this says on play, return all cards from your hand into your deck, shuffle your deck, then draw equal to the number of cards put in that way. And truly, I was trying to rip that peel off. Which might have been my ultimate downfall. That might have been my ultimate downfall. Because I have to take this 10k hit. Like, they pretty much have lethal here and they don't know it. It really depends on what this last trigger is. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, we have 6. One more tap Dawn, and then they... One more tap Dawn, and that thing comes with a rush. That is something that I have to contend with. Okay, let's see how they spread themselves out. It's gonna be a little tough. Yeah, well... Yeah, I have 6 so far. It's not good. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Let's see. What's the plan here? So let's do this. I'm surprised that they're doing that. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so I just have to rely on this being a good... No! There probably was a better way for me to play this. But that was my last trigger. My ultimate downfall was using this thing, but... Yo, they don't attack? What do you mean? Yo, opponent, what do you mean? Okay, this thing had rush. I think they forgot. We should have lost this. This was supposed to be a loss, but we'll take it for what it is. This is supposed to be a loss. Let's see if we can't try and win this. It's still a loss. All right, good. I'm happy it was still a loss and we didn't just randomly come out of nowhere with the win. All right, GG's. We're out here trying to cook against Doflamingo. We're gonna, I mean, they choose to go second. We're actually gonna keep this. We got Searcher off the rip. Searcher's gonna grab absolutely nothing, which hurts. That like really does hurt. Yeah, I mean, that's a bunch of cards to the bottom. That's the thing, right? Like we really only have like 11 targets or something like that. 12 targets. Can't remember, like no, we have a decent amount. Actually, no, we have 14 targets. So they're doing some rearranging. And what's nice about the Dragon Twister, you can bottom deck the Perona, right? Relevant if they choose to attack with it and everything. Next turn they go to, yeah, you know, it's relevant bottom decking it. Yeah, it's important because these are the type of small things that can come in for some swings and really just make it happen. So you have the who's who. I don't think I need to play anything just yet. Really hoping to get this plague shot off value early. If I can just draw the Ice Oni next turn, that would be a beautiful thing. I can just draw the Ice Oni next turn. Okay, they're gonna go Jamambe. Yup. Rearranging some attackers up top here. Oh, well then. Trash, bounce, play this. Okay, wait, just wait on this one. Just hold on a little bit on this one. Okay, we have some anti-aggro tools right now. Hold on, just let them cook for a little bit. All right, let him cook a little bit. Jinbei attacks me, I take the hit. Actually, I might as well use this trigger. Like, actually, I might as well use this trigger. Attack, hit here. That's gonna bottom deck that. Yeah, baby. Okay. Unfortunately, this is only on our turn. This card would actually probably be maybe a little bit too strong if it was on opponent's turn and everything too. So that's good. There you go. So it kind of removed two threats there. It bottom decked one and acted as a blocker after attacks. So pretty good. When are we gonna get like a combat effect where a character doesn't get rested when they attack? When are we going to get that as an effect? Like as a keyword effect or something? Oh, Kaya's aren't what I was looking for. Oh, okay. Well, it's going to have to be that then. Okay. Let's pitch and pitch. Okay, let's not play anymore. So we got to do our little magic, but at the end of the day, this matchup is horrendous for us. So unless we're doing this like every turn, then it's a weird situation. Thinking about rubber band triggers. Pitch a Kaya. We can afford to do that once. Yep. There's an ice Oni. Speaking of, so we'll do this. Right, we'll take one more hit here. Yep. Yep. We'll resolve this hit. No trigger. So what we can do here in this case, it's owner's hand. Okay, so we're gonna do this first, and then we're gonna attack here. Okay, and then we're going to trash this. I understand this lets them draw a card, but it's just better. That goes. I think we just pass from there. Very, look, we're at 1 life and 25 cards. We're not winning this one. We're not winning this one. Yeah, we're not winning this one. I'm not gonna lie. It's not looking that promising right now. Yep. So we're gonna have to pitch that, and then we're just gonna have to. Oh, are we at no effects now? Are we at no cards? No. Of course, that was my last trigger. I could have taken the hit, bounced this, or something. I don't know, whatever it is. Yeah. Oh, the opponent. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. We knew how to do this. All right. GG's. The testing. I might revisit this one. We'll see. We'll see. All right. GG's.